Hey you folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5, A Brave New World as Venice, and Operation Woodcock continues, in which we continue to try to arm up with the idea that Russia is going to be a serious problem and has to be slowed down a little bit. I think that, except for this, that's probably all that we're going to have to worry about. In fact, I'm not even worried about the space. At this point, I feel like I'm good on space and economy, and I would just love to be working purely on economy, starting to work on my trade boats, for example, or cargo ships, or whatever they call them. Cargo ships, and just really get the economy rocking and do that and start bribing all the city-states and get in a good position. But I really feel like she's not going to slow down. Catherine is going to go crazy. I guess there's not much more she can expand to, which is good. That'll at least slow something down. I mean, someone can drop a city over here, and I mean, eventually someone will. But I'm less concerned about like that. So some people were concerned when I opened open borders with Russia, and it's like, oh, she'll be able to settle over here. Well, that's not going to help her once there's a war. In fact, it's just mostly going to divide up her troops in really awkward ways. Yeah, there's sort of going to be a second front for us, but there's not going to be enough of a volume of troops over here to actually represent a problem. So anyway, we are going to continue. I think we've got some deals going on with Russia. We're not planning on going to war like instantly. It's still going to be very interesting to see exactly when we declare. We are 13 turns away from being able to build the trebuchets, which is nice. Now, of course, she could be rocking musketmen or worse by that point, which could certainly be a problem. But we've got a fair amount of range, and I find that that's really the tool to crush the AI. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Let's continue forward. Did I not move that boat last time before I ended the episode? I felt like I had. Maybe I didn't save the last turn. Anyway, we should be okay. Moving forward. Public declaration from Poland for Panama City. Good for them. There we go. Citrus is connected for tier. So now we technically have enough relationship with them that we could be allied with them, except that Russia has more relationship with them. However, we even if that wasn't the case, even if it wasn't for Russia, we would still only have it for a couple of turns. So we're still going to be spending some money. That is easy. We got 27 turns left for that. We're making 44 per turn. And ideally, I think I'm going to spend the 500 gold for the influence. You get 5 more from there, so it should work out pretty nicely. And that should time out in a really, really good way. I think she just expanded out here, which is actually really awkward, because that's going to mean I got to push back my troops a tiny bit more. I don't want to be right on her border. 1 tile away should be okay. Oh, hello, settler. Hello. So you are going to try to colonize somewhere. If you try to colonize here, it's going to be really annoying. And that's just going to guarantee warfare. Even more than it already is. We'll see. I got to bring this guy back here as well. I think I'm going to park him just here in the ocean, and then they can start the war over there. Okay, you can build a pasture. You have finished the citrus finally. Now we probably want to start wiring more up so that we can sell. I think I've got 1 worker moving up to start constructing roads. Maybe not, actually. Because that would be pretty good as well. Let's go ahead and move this guy over here just to connect a road. It's only going to need 3 tiles, which will be pretty nice. This trireme will not be able to help us in the Russian war, so we're just going to continue to scout the coast, I suppose. And see what we can see. Deserts, incense. Alright. Next turn. Yeah, we definitely need more troops. What am I building here? The heroic epic, right? Research agreement. That's really interesting. I would still like research agreements in general. Even with tech leaders, it's fine because, you still want the research for yourself, but this goes on for too long. I think we're going to be declaring war before this finishes, so it's just going to be a waste of money on my part. And I specifically want the money so that I can... Renaissance era. And then we all get our spies. The question is, what tech did she get exactly? Do I use the spies defensively or offensively? I think we may as well use it offensively against Russia and see if we can't snag something. Just on the off chance that we can get something cool from there, because she's certainly ahead in a lot of different ways. I don't know where the settler is going. I think she might be a little confused and lost. Unless we're literally standing on a place where she wants to settle. That would be funny. Is that possible? Is there any room in here for a city? I think there technically is. Alright, fortify. You have completed that, which is good and lovely. You are moving over there for the roads, which is fine. I suppose we could hook up the bananas at this point. It's a lot of food on bananas. High in potassium. It's good for you. Next turn. So she's crossed the 700-point mark. Zurich wants a great rider, which is not really going to be happening. Metal casting, because the workshop's actually going to be quite cool by itself. Mogadishu, hello, hello. Yeah, they'll be annoyed for a turn, but they'll get over it. What kind of stuff do these city-states want? Faith, musician, writer, gold, money, wine, and still the gold over here, which we are obviously... That's definitely a big priority for us. Go ahead and do a route to here. We'll get that hooked up. A little bit of maintenance, but definitely worthwhile. Okay, Heroic Epic, which is excellent. Now, this is all non-air units, plus 15%. That is a huge boost, and I'm going to be really happy to have that. I think at this point, I'm going to start pumping out military units. Yes, I mean, there's plenty of buildings we still want. A workshop would help us produce faster, but the payoff is a little further, and I really want to hit a timing. I'm hoping that she didn't pick up gunpowder, right? So I'm hoping she can't produce musketmen now. So I'm hoping to really get in there before she really can. That's definitely a thing. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to build another swordman for sure, and then we'll go, well, no. Unless we get longswordmen, the swordmen are not as good as just pikemen. No, we're going to pump out a handful of pikemen and then see how it goes. What else we've got for ranged attack possibilities? I can't remember where you get... crossbowmen here. That would be... Yeah. That would also be pretty huge. Now, we've got to finish physics so that we can build a couple of trebs, because we do need a couple more siege units. But then we could probably queue up machinery so that we can actually upgrade some of our bowmen to that. It's 19 turns away to finish that, and I think we might... Well, no, because we have to build some trebs. It actually might be a perfect timing. Literally, the second that we get... which means my archers all have to be inside of friendly territory, which is a little bit annoying. But that might be a good timing. The second that we get... What's it called? Machinery, and we upgrade our troops, and then next turn when they can move, that's when we declare war. And I think that might be pretty strong. It's going to be unfortunate that we can't... Are you still using a regular archer here? You haven't upgraded? It's interesting. Mogadishu wants investors. All right. Yes, well, let's tell you what. We'll heal you first, and then we'll upgrade you after. Plantation. Does remove the jungle, but still think it's pretty worthwhile. You, I guess you're going to sit in this territory. Actually, you're probably a little closer if you're on the citrus there. Oh, we did have another worker going. Well, that's okay. You can construct a road here. We'll complete that a little bit faster. Hello, Morocco. Next turn. Right, and this is also going to have to sit in friendly territory somewhere. I'm going to have to put you back there because I know there's something coming there. And again, I'm trying to avoid too many border touches. Shouldn't be too nervous about the composite bowmen in my territory. Like, I don't know exactly how the mechanics work. Where did that settler go? She is going on the other side. Very interesting, because we should be able to apply some decent pressure on this new city once it pops down. And I don't even care about burning it down. I don't think that she's going to be in a place that competes for anything. Worst case scenario, we can... 1, 2, 3... No, we can't even work these slots. So we could deny it to her. If she ends up settling over here, we could deny these, but it's not even that high priority. But what it means is I could always end up moving a few troops over there, use it as a threat, and encourage her to sign a peace treaty once I've, done a few things to her. Well, not to her, but to her cities. I mean, it's my Catherine. I can't do anything to her. Hong Kong, a little bit of money, want some stuff happening there, all right. And, you know what, I'll wait outside the territory. It's not going to really matter to anger them for one turn, but let's try to minimize how much annoyance we can do here and there, if it doesn't really cost us anything much. Next turn. So you just fortify in there for now. That should be fine. there's a definite possibility that if we declare war, we're going to just keep that very passive stance and let her come to us in Hanoi. We've got oligarchy, which is good, and we should be able to really whittle down the amount of troops that she's got. And with that in mind, maybe I don't want to do a surround. I think I want to do a little bit of one from this angle. I think that's going to be totally okay. It's going to be really nice, actually, that I can sit my swordman in this forest here and then have my archer, or at the time, hopefully, crossbowman, excuse me, oh god, it's too early in the morning to be doing this, off to an angle. We'll be able to kill a fair amount of people over here. We just need to get a couple of melee troops on the front line, and we're already planning on hopefully building some pikemen. Like that. She's completing the Alhambra. God, she's a crazy person. Now, if Novgorod does have any world wonders, and I don't see any on the map here, I mean, then we'll consider keeping it. But I'm really thinking that raising it is the way to go. Although we do have a lot of happiness kicking around right now. And it's a pretty developed city. Like, you know, it's got a high population. It'll probably have a lot of buildings. Yeah, I guess we'll play it by ear depending on how many buildings it's actually got inside of it. But, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, you're done. We are definitely going to want an upgrade here. So we're going to be okay. We're still going to be, like, next turn, we could still buy off Tyre, or Tyre. Some people are saying, you know, pronounce it Tyre, and it probably is, actually. I mean, isn't this the sort of, like, British way of spelling, like, you know, like a car tire, right, with the Y in there? So it probably is Tyre. But I apologize for that. You know, I do my best, but the best is often not good enough. Again, we don't want to trade with Russia, even though it would be quite advantageous for us to do it. I mean, look at the beakers. It would be ridiculous. But we don't want to trade over there because we don't want to lose our trade routes. I'm going to go ahead and just do this one. It's going to be fine. If I moved it to another city, I might have been able to get something different. Now, that's not a new caravan. That's just, they run out after a while, right? And then you have to reassign them. I thought they do one round trip. Other people are saying they might just do a caravan for 30 turns. I don't know. It feels like it's one round trip, but I might be wrong. The length of the trip doesn't matter. You get the same amount of gold on every turn, regardless of the length. It's just, if the only thing the length might come into play for is, one, I suppose there's, you know, more risk that it'll get killed off somewhere. And two, is that if you only do get to reassign your caravan when it makes the round trip, then the longer the trip, the fewer chances you get to reassign them. But, you know, it's not really the end of the world. All right, let's move that guy over there. Let's continue our scout over this way. Quickly running out of territory. That road is done, which is great, and I'm not going to be able to move anywhere here because everyone is kind of in the way, which is funny and annoying. We don't have any improvements here on the jungle. Well, let's go ahead and build a trade post. So anything else would cause the jungle to go away. And that, you know, that might be fine. In fact, it's funny because constructing the farm here would give us +1 production. Well, why does that happen? Well, it's because of the jungle is on a plains tile, presumably. So the base production of this tile without the jungle would be 1 food, 1 hammer. So then with the farm, it'll go back to 2 food, 1 hammer. So the farm will effectively add +1 production. But we do want gold. I mean, we're Venice. Plus, well, I mean, we're going to build a university in Venice at some point, so that'll give us a little bit of extra research, right? Assuming I'm remembering how these buildings work properly. University. Yeah, +2 science from jungle tiles worked, which is pretty awesome. But Timoak is specifically going to be a huge science base if I don't chop down the jungle. And normally I don't care. Usually I go crazy with chopping down the jungle. I'm like, who cares? You know, it's just nature, and we hate nature. We hates it. But here, no, I think it's probably a better angle. Venice is still, I think, on the default city management, which is probably okay. We can get 3 extra hammers out of there, which will shave this pikeman down by a turn. But I think that the default focus is better overall to continue because, you know, we've got the growth. It's 2 turns less to another population growth, and I think that's pretty strong, so we're going to keep going. We have an unfinished farm over here, which is kind of funny. It's fine because we're not having to work that. We're not working an unfinished farm, which would be really annoying. In fact, we're not working a finished farm over here. I should actually really put a mine on there, though. I'm going to make that a priority, assuming I don't forget. And probably here as well, because actual ability to produce more hammers on demand would be pretty darn valuable. We are going to go for the drill promotion. It's generally the one I use simply because usually I'm putting my units on defensive terrain. Right? I mean, that's just a good general of thumb. our general rule of thumb. And then the other thing is that often the hardest units to dislodge from your opponents are going to be on rough terrain, so it works both ways. I'm still in 4th overall. Casimir's doing pretty good for himself too. He's got some wonders. He built the Colossus, unless I'm misremembering. Yeah, there we go, the Colossus. And I would love to take that at some point, but it's not going to happen. It's just too far. It's not really practical. Yeah, let's go and hook up more citrus, I think. Just get all the specials hooked up. I don't even know if we're going to be able to really... Oh, no, we can get around here. Well, that's interesting. There's plenty of gold up north, too. I am going to buy off Tyre right now, because I don't want to miss this win. Oh, there's plenty of time. It's actually okay. The sooner I get it, the sooner I'll get the sort of happiness resources. I think that's fine. I mean, it will certainly upset Moscow, but... Oh, why is it 60 and not 65 anymore? What happens with the rounding on here? Sometimes it's like... I don't know. It's very bizarre. There's the extra influence over here. I really don't understand how it's calculated. Maybe we'll wait another couple of turns to see if it'll pop back to 65. Sure that, I'm sure some people know, and I'm sure they're going to tell me in the comments, and I'll really appreciate that explanation, actually. Actually, the other thing I should do is a couple more border pops over here. Maybe. I don't know where she's going to reach out. She's blobbing out a little here and there. You know what? No, let's do... Oh, I can't buy tiles here. That's right. Damn it. Because mostly for defensive purposes. I just want to be able to, like, initiate from my territory, have better places to heal, that sort of thing, but it's not to be. Alright, we're 3 turns from physics. And next turn, and then we'll look at Tyre again and see what's what. And I'm hoping for diplomatic victory. If I, like, lie to her and then start getting denounced, it'll be really bad, but I'm not ready for a war, so if this aggroes her, we're just gonna have to lie. Just the way it's going to have to be. Plantation, yes. I wonder if there's any trade deals we can do with any of our other neighbors. He's guarded, which I don't blame him. Covet lands. Warmongering, menace to the world. They do tolerate warmongers, apparently, which is funny. I don't suppose you want to buy horses, huh? There we go. Got an extra gold per turn out of there. I mean, there's calculations you can do to figure it out. I think strategic resources sell for like 45 gold per, and I don't know... And it's a little different with the gold per turn calculation, I think. Well, it's 45 per... Oh, God, math. 90, 180... right, that's correct. Yeah, 90, 180, so 225. And this is... it's just going to be 120 gold, which is not very much. You might not be valuing horses at the max. So it's almost like I should be able to get, like... No, I need the iron, that's for sure. Oh, and he took down the amount of gold. Whoops. 5 gold per turn? Will this work? No? 4 per turn. Like that, and you are happy with that. I think I'll take it, because I'm not planning on using the horses. Yeah, alright, let's do it. And I still have 3 horses left, apparently. I did not realize I was so horse-rich. So, I can't believe... So, there's not 2 continents. There's just 1 continent connected over here by St. Petersburg. Wow. Well, presumably. I suppose there's technically room for a standalone, but not really. Can I really not cycle over this way? Oh, some people ask to turn off the yield icons, and I think that's probably fair enough. I'm going to leave the resources, and I'm also going to leave the quick combat on, because slow combat drives me crazy. Oh! Oh, well, that's fine. Poland and... Really? Oh, I guess for this city. I was going to say, it's a little far away to be declaring war on these guys. Trade route. Locked, cancel. Yeah, that's fine. You can go over to the bananas. That's going to be okay. And, oh, let's try this again. God damn, that's annoying. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do it, because not. Okay, we are now allied, which makes me feel good. You're going to have a few units, which is hopefully going to be helpful enough. Get a little bit more happiness from that, which is fine. We're making certainly a lot of money per turn. Hey! Sup, dude? Nice beard. Is it too early? Excellent. No, let's totally do the embassy thing. I don't think you'd be willing to do anything else, not that I have the excess of anything yet. We're going to have citrus to sell off soon enough, though. Alright. I really do want some siege for busting up cities, but other than that, I feel like we're going to be in pretty good shape for fighting Catherine. +1 food. It's not as important as the citrus. I suppose I could have maybe rushed him over there. Russian missionary. Ah, and there's Rostov. Yeah, I'm okay with that city being there. It doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, if I could build settlers, then that would annoy me. But as is, no, it's all good. Oh, we have vision in Moscow because of our spy. She really does not have that many troops. Now, what she can probably do is upgrade her stuff really quickly. We're number 3 in soldiers. Number 1 is... Who is that? Is that Assyria? Yeah, Assyria. Number 1 in soldiers. That's okay. You know, you're on the opposite side of the world from me. You can have as many soldiers as you want. Doesn't bother me one bit. Okay, well, we're going to have some money, so we should be able to rush by 1 Treb over here, and then 9 turns from now. Oh, God, I'm almost wondering if I just should have not worried about the... Oh, that works out really well in Venice, actually. Finish that guy, and then start a Treb, and then continue to move down here. Yeah, I'm also wondering if I should have inverted my... Not cared about... God, what's the name of that technology? Physics. Not cared about physics and gone straight for machinery. Because I do have a lot of range things, so the upgrade is key, and I don't think I want to declare war before then. On the other hand, what the hell? Like, I definitely... If I attack now, she would not have much in the way of troops, right? What are you doing there? Oh, you were going to march in this direction. I guess that's fine, although you clearly need an upgrade. And I suppose I could walk down in this general direction. I've got tier, or tire, in place. What's the promotion? You there. Yeah, let's go for drill. You know, well, I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm actually seriously considering this being the time to go. I should be able to take Novgorod. And... I mean, it's going to be kind of awkward timing for upgrading my crossbowmen, or my bowmen into crossbowmen. But okay, I might decide to keep Novgorod. The only awkward part is that the crossbowmen, or the bowmen, will have to be in friendly territory in 9 turns, so that I can upgrade them. But I may not need that. Yeah, we're going to put a cut in here. I'm not going to go to next turn yet, because if I'm going to war, I'm going to want to move a few of the troops forward. I might not declare this turn, although it's damn tempting. This guy here is within range of the city, which is kind of awkward. On the other hand, we can melee an archer, which is almost certainly going to lead to its death, so there's a lot of value into that. Yeah, let's consider that. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.